I am Batman. I mean, Average Sniper.
What's up, everybody? Average Sniper here, and welcome to another Battlefield 5 beta video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Lee Enfield No. 4 sniper rifle available in the Battlefield 5 beta. We'll be going over some of the sniper rifle stats and some of the history of the sniper rifle as it was used in World War II. So, in Battlefield 5 beta, this is the very first sniper rifle you can use. It comes with an internal 10-round magazine. It is a sniper rifle that shoots 7.700mm rounds. As we said before, the capacity is 10 rounds, and you have to load them bullet by bullet. The length is 1,130 millimeters. The barrel length is 635 millimeters. The weight is 4.1 kilograms. The rate of fire is 20 rounds per minute. The range is 503 meters, and the muzzle velocity is 744 meters per second. So far in the Battlefield 5 beta, I think this is my favorite sniper rifle. The reason being is the quick bolt action speed and the fact that you get 10 rounds per magazine, whereas the other two sniper rifles, the ZH-29 and the Kar-98K, only give you 5-round magazines. So it's very nice to be able to take those extra 5 shots without having to take time to reload. That can mean the difference between life and death in a lot of different situations. Now, the damage model for this gun varies. Your average chest shot is going to get between 50 and 55 points. However, the higher up you move on the chest, the more the damage increases. I don't have actual stats for the Battlefield 5 beta, but I can tell you that I was able to get between 50 and 70 damage with one shot to the chest at medium range. Now, of course, one shot to the head is going to be a one-shot kill. The bolt action animation on this is actually pretty fast, so if the enemy's not right in your face in their medium to long range, don't worry about pulling out your pistol to finish the job. You'll be able to use the bolt action, pop another round in, and go for that kill shot. So let's go over some history about the standard Lee Enfield rifle, and then we'll get more specific and talk about this Lee Enfield rifle, the No. 4, that's actually in the Battlefield 5 beta. So the Lee Enfield rifle was a standard issue rifle to the British Army during World War I and World War II. The Lee Enfield was first produced in 1907. It had been designed by an American called James Lee and built at the Royal Small Arms Factory in Enfield, hence the rifle's name. The Lee Enfield enjoyed a good reputation with those who were issued with it. It had a 10-bullet magazine, and its rate of fire in the hands of well-trained men was high. At the Battle of Mons, the advancing Germans believed that they were under fire from British machine guns, when in fact it was the well-drilled infantry of the BEF using their standard issue Lee Enfield. A good infantryman would expect to shoot off about 12 well-aimed bullets in a minute. If the Lee Enfield had one weakness, it was that the firing mechanisms were susceptible to dirt and grit. Therefore, keeping your rifle clean in the muddy environment of the trenches was of paramount importance. When not in battle, many men simply covered the firing mechanism with cloth in an effort to keep out dirt, which would clog up the rifle. The butt of the Lee Enfield had a space inside where cleaning material could be kept. The Lee Enfield was so highly thought of that it was a standard issue rifle to infantrymen in the British Army in World War II, some 20 years after World War I. Now, in the Battlefield 5 beta, we're actually using the sniper variant of the Lee Enfield, which is the rifle No. 4. So let's go over a little history on that. So in the early 1930s, a batch of about 2,500 No. 4 Mark I rifles were made for trials. These were similar to the No. 1 Mark VI, but had a flat left side. By the late 1930s, the need for new rifles grew, and the No. 4 Mark I was officially adopted in 1941. The No. 4 action was similar to the Mark VI, but stronger and, most importantly, easier to mass produce. And unlike the SMLE that had a nose cap, the No. 4 Lee Enfield barrel protruded from the end of the forestock. The charger bridge was no longer rounded for easier machining. The iron sight line was redesigned and featured a rear receiver aperture battle sight calibrated for about 274 meters with an additional ladder aperture sight that could be flipped up and was calibrated for 200 to 1300 yards, which is 183 to 1189 meters in 91 meter increments. The sightline, like other aperture sightlines, proved to be faster and more accurate than the typical mid-barrel rear sight elements sightlines offered by Mauser, previously Enfield's, or the Buffington battle sight of the 1903 Springfield. The No. 4 rifle was heavier than the No. 1, largely due to its heavier barrel. A new bayonet was designed to go with the rifle, a spike bayonet, which was essentially a steel rod with a sharp point and was nicknamed Pig Sticker by soldiers. Towards the end of World War II, a bladed bayonet was developed, originally intended for use with the Sten gun, but sharing the same mount as the No. 4's spike bayonet, and subsequently the No. 7 and No. 9 blade bayonets were issued for use with the No. 4 rifle as well. During World War II, the No. 4 rifle was further simplified for mass production with the creation of the No. 4 Mark I in 1942, with the bolt release catch replaced by a simpler notch on the bolt track of the rifle's receiver. It was produced only in North America. The No. 4 Mark I rifle was primarily produced for the United Kingdom. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed these stats and review and history of the Lee Enfield sniper rifle in Battlefield 5 beta. Stick around and watch some of the clips if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I'll see you guys on the next video or the next live stream. Later!